I really enjoy
Isn't
it.
Jeffrey Combs in it just by himself?
No,
much?
it's him and his, like, whoever plays his wife. That's it. It's just the two of them
That's
for the
what I
most
thought.
part. And a lot of it is just him because she's dead and a lot of it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, this is probably my favorite of season 2.
Really?
Yeah, I fucking love this one.
it's my second favorite of season 2 after Family.
Yeah,
but
Family.
season 2 only had like 3 or 4 episodes that I liked at all. So
Yeah, so there's probably about 5 or 6. That I like.
Right to Life was okay, or Pro Life or whatever was okay. The John Carpenter one.
Right to Die was good.
No, it wasn't.
I like that one.
No, it was dumb.
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
You're dumb.
Fuck
can,
you.
Dumb.
We can go now.
Yeah, Black Cat is awesome. Combs' performance as Poe is among just like the best
Yeah, that was-
screen performances ever
And
for
he's-
anything.
And he fucking had a run of plays where a one-man show where he's
Yeah, I
like
guess-
Allan Poe.
Scott said he's still doing it.
Yep. And I was saying, out of the, 4 different versions of Black Cat that I have watched, I'd probably say this is my favorite rendition of it.
No, I still like the Argento.
Oh, I would say this one, then Argento, then Fulci, then Martino.
Damn.
Yeah, because, yeah,
I gotta
I think
rewatch
I'd be
it.
about the same as you, because, yeah, Argento is second as well.
I give it an 8 from what I remember.
I'm giving this one a 9.
8.25.
This one's a 9 for me.
And the last one is one you guys haven't seen and one I've seen, and it's pretty much Masters of Horror Season 3. It was Fear Itself that they went to NBC. You would think that they didn't, none of that shit would be any good, but there's 2 episodes that are that just stood out to me, and I've watched them at least twice, both of them. And he directed one called The Eater, and it's like a shapeshifter, fucking huge, fucking scary-looking Indian guy that the cops bring into the prison cell. And he eats people. He's
Are
the
there
eater.
any cool effects?
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's really awesome. And it's also got the guy from Dolls, the fat guy.
Oh, Stephen Lee.
But I can't remember his name in Dolls. We'll get to that.
Yeah, I'll say, I think I have seen this one, because there was only 3 episodes of Fear Itself that I've seen, and this is one that sounds really familiar.
the one that, the scene that might pop out to you is the guy orders a pizza, the fat guy from Dolls, and he's like, do you want a slice? And she's like, no, because, the dude's in the prison, so they're, on high alert. This dude's insane. He's crazy. They're scared of him. He's huge. And she's like, no, I pretty much got to, focus on this. And he's eating the pizza, then, it cuts to his face, and he's got these all fucked up teeth, and he becomes... Just a glimpse of him being the eater, because that was the eater.
Yeah.
You might have remembered that, I guess.
I'll say that does sound very
And
familiar.
then this episode, there's another one called Skin and Bones, which is really fucking cool. That one's cool. There's only 2 that I liked, but that's the best one of that series. So that format, he kills it. That hour-long format.
Kills it.
Kills it.
Fucker, get off my food.
I would give that one a 9. And he is coming out with a movie called Taste. It's been in question mark on IMDb for a long time, over a year, and there's no updates on it. It doesn't even.
Smack the shit out of you, Randy.
Motherfuckers, man, be professional. You're a fucking kid. And you're a baby. Stop it.
Hey, fuck you.
So, yeah, he's got a movie coming out, and there's no info whatsoever. It's called Taste. I wish
That means that he said something sometime and someone heard it at a party.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
posted it on IMDb.
You know what, guys? I'm thinking about this movie. Maybe. Called Taste.
And he's been for a year trying to get them to take it down.
He was in that Tales of Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah, he
anthology.
also did
They
that
played
too.
a
Well, he was just in it.
Yeah.
He had a cameo.
Yeah.
Yep, with Mick Garris and all that.
And
Yeah.
that's it. What do you score Stuart Gordon?
Well,
as a
Stuart
person?
Gordon he's just a monster as a filmmaker. He's probably my number 5 horror filmmaker overall.
I've said it time and time again. He's my favorite. But after doing the Romero one, Romero's predominantly horror. And
Right.
Carpenter's always been my number 2. But it could change. Your Fulci and Romero, what mood you're in,
Yeah.
it could change from. It could go back and forth between Gordon and Carpenter. You love Fulci a lot, but I think Fulci would be my 5 or 6.
That's fair. I mean,
Really? I thought you'd flip the fuck out about that.
No, I mean, Fulci's like 3 or 4 for me, so it's not like
I
he's...
think I would flip flop between Fulci and Argento, depending on how I feel.
Fulci's better than Argento.
It just depends.
Yeah,
No,
so it depends on.
He's definitely better than Argento.
Yeah.
This I will.
As
fight
far
you
as
on.
logic, though, in a movie, Fulci lacks a lot of that a lot of times.
Yeah, sure. A lot of his movies are just like
You have to suspend fucking belief.
disbelief.
Suspend disbelief.
Yeah, but you know,
No, wait. You
Yeah, you got it.
suspend belief.
Yes, suspend disbelief.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Well, it would be disbelief if you suspended
your disbelief.
belief.
I disbelieve all this.
Yeah.
Fulci's better than Argento.
Okay.
False.
No, it's true. The best Argento movie is Tenebrae or Suspiria, depending, but neither one of those are as good as The Beyond or City of the Living Dead.
I like
They're right
Zombie
there.
better than City of the Living Dead. I like Zombie better. We did City of the Living Dead.
We did.
Yeah.
We've done, what, 2 or 3 full... We've done 3 Fulci movies.
Something like that, yeah. Something.
House by the Cemetery, City of the Living Dead, something else.
And,
Yeah, I mean, since Scott's here, we can do plugs now while I go get a beer.
and we did,
Oh, Lizard and the Woman's
Blizzard
Skin.
and the Woman's Skin.
I would score Stuart Gordon as a 9.5.
what
Keeping in the theme of scoring a human being, because we did it before, so...
Yeah, I'd probably say, from what I've seen of his stuff, 9.25.
You're all alone in your plugs. Me and Randy are leaving.
Yeah, go do. First, I'd like to shout out to Juan Gutierrez for doing our logo. We're doing some new shirts pretty soon, so stay listening for contests and giveaways and shit for T-shirts featuring Juan's awesome artwork.
Yep, and then you can follow us on Facebook at the Horror Drunks Podcast. We have a Facebook group at the Horror Drunks Podcast group. You can follow us on Instagram at the Horror Drunks, and you can also follow us on Twitter at the Horror Drunks. Reach us with any questions or anything you want to ask us at askthehorrordrunks@gmail.com. I guess since I'm the only one here, fuck these guys. I'm just going to continue plugging myself here. You can also follow me at Pop Horror, where I've been writing news articles and just did 2 different retro reviews where I reviewed The Burning and Deadly Spawn. And then I also, you can follow me at horrorgeeklife.com, where I've been writing news pieces on video games, and then just wrote a review on the PS4 video game Abzu that is free on the PlayStation Plus right now, so go get that game. It's great. Alright. On to our first movie. Just finished. And I already did the on to our first movie thing, too.
What? You don't get to do that.
Yeah, I never get to do it, so I did.
All right, do it.
You already did.
I'll do it again.
On to our first movie.
On to our first film.
On to our first
We treat
film.
these like fucking classic cinema.
We're talking about film.
Some of the shit's shot on digital, but all right. On to our first film. That's the way you're supposed to sound.
Kiss, my dear. Humans are such easy prey. Let her go! Oh, I will. Beyond her wildest dreams.
Go ahead, Randall.
All right, so our first film is 1986's From Beyond. It stars Jeffrey
There's some
Combs.
storage in it.
It stars Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton and Ken Foree, and I forget who plays Edward Pretorius, but that guy does a really great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The effects are like spread out between Screaming Mad George and John Carl Buechler and a couple of other dudes. I forget who does the score. Does Band do the score?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Richard Band did the score. It's my favorite Gordon film. It's one of my favorite horror films. It's in my top 10.
There you go.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about this.
What?
We are going to do our top 100 eventually, but we're not going to do it all in one show.
Oh, yeah. We'll just start leaking like 5 to 10 movies per episode.
It had to be 10 because 5 would take 20 episodes.
Yeah, so we'll do 10. It's going to drive me insane.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to watch the degradation of Randy's mind throughout the next couple of episodes.
Yeah, it's
when we
going to
finally
drive me mad.
Degradation is a good word.
It's going to take me a while to do, so just, wait.
He doesn't look forward to this at all.
No, it's going to be fun. I'm not going to rank mine. I'm going to come up with 100 horror films. Probably like the top 25 or so might be ranked, but after that it's just going to be like, I don't know. Because, like, what do you put it? What's your 100th favorite horror film?
Yeah, that's the shitty part when you narrow them down.
I guess I could try to score them all individually and then just do it based on score, but we're just...
That's how I'm going to have to do it,
We're digressing a lot here. So, From Beyond, based on an H.P. Lovecraft story, obviously, about the creation of a resonator, a device that unlocks another dimension.
Is handheld camera.
You're doing it right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you were already...
Check out the steady handheld work I'm doing right now.
Yeah, it's very impressive, I'm sure.
It's a little bit shaky, but whatever.
A little shaky cam.
A little malnourished.
Yeah, so the resonator is created by Pretorius and Tillinghast, and they turn it on, and it unlocks another dimension that's full of creatures and some kind of creature that melds with Pretorius's consciousness and body. Tillinghast is accused of his murder and incarcerated in an asylum. And they bring him back to the house to try and relive it or whatever. Yeah,
because Barbara Crampton wants to have him recreate what happened.
That's like one gripe I have about this movie, but I don't know. I haven't given my score yet, and it might be my 10. I don't know. But they allow her to just take a fucking suspect back to
right.
Well, it's because she's a psychiatrist.
They go with the cop though, and she is a doctor.
I know. Yeah, I get it, but maybe in today's day and age, that shit would not go down. The legalities of any of that shit happening, right? No, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it's definitely like a plot device that you would expect to find in a story that was written in the early 1900s. But, I don't know, I love everything about From Beyond. All of the acting is great, the writing is great, the lighting is really cool, the effects are cool. Even, like, the cheesy bad effects with, like, the flying creature, stop-motion stuff.
And see, I thought that, even those, like, bad effects, I thought those were more or less just kind of bad to kind of make it seem off-putting and otherworldly.
I just think that was the best that
otherworldly is a good word, too, Scott.
It has some really great lines from, like, obviously everybody loves
Raymond
Combs as Herbert West, and that's what gets most of the attention, but I think that Crawford Tillinghast is a cooler, more dynamic character.
He is more dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, it shows his range.
He's just as neurotic, though.
Oh, yeah, but, like, even more so, like, to the nth degree. Like the bit where he's first introduced to Crampton and she's interviewing him and he's like bit off his head like a gingerbread man, you know. And like I just love the way that he delivers a lot of his lines in this. Like the first time that they turn on the resonator and he kills it, and that will be quite enough of that.
Yeah.
And he's trying to start the resonator from beyond. Great stuff. I mean, this whole movie is full of quotable stuff. Pretorius has some really great lines, too. He's so slimy and creepy, not just, like, literally covered in slime, but the character himself is
Yeah, he's into bondage, S&M. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I forgot you're a huge fan.
God damn it.
We're not all degenerates.
Humans.
We don't know what the fuck Scott's into.
Humans are such easy prey.
Oh, my God, I don't.
I only awakened his sleeping pineal gland.
You know, it's funny, like, when IMDb, I've said this like 5 times, when they used to have their message boards, someone's complaint about this movie was pineal gland, such a pervert. They didn't know it was a real thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a penis
like
or something.
Thing?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. The pineal gland is literally a section of the brain,
and what I was kind of disappointed in this movie that they never mentioned dimethyltryptamine, which is thought to be where...
DMT.
Yeah, it's thought to be created in your body besides just like
your liver. It's supposed to be the chemical that's released while you're dying.
Or dreaming.
Yeah.
Or when you can trip you trip your balls off it. Right, Scott?
Yes.
There's a lot about this movie that's just amazing. The lighting, I love the pink lighting. I love how slimy it is. The effects are fucking... they're not like as great as the effects in The Thing or The Fly, but god damn it, are they fucking close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are some really cool effects.
Screaming Mad George, you can see that in that type of slimy work that he does in Society. It's very similar.
Well, everybody, like, the 80s are just, they're the decade of slime. The Blob and, like, The Fly is pretty slimy.
Even Deadly
my dad
Spawn
was.
Yeah.
He left when I was a kid, so he's a fucking he's a